Hello, my friends. Today, the successful elimination of the occupiers continues. It's important to know that now this is happening not only in the occupied territories, but also directly on Russian soil, making it increasingly difficult for them to create the buffer zone they dream of. Putin, of course, is not happy about this war crossing into their territory. He mentioned that they are currently thinking about how to respond.
Мы думаем на тему о том, что если кто-то считает возможным поставлять такое оружие в зону боевых действий для нанесения ударов по нашей территории и создания проблем для нас, то почему у нас нет права поставлять наше оружие такого же класса в те регионы мира, где будут наноситься удары по чувствительным объектам тех стран, которые делают это в отношении России? В-третьих, конечно, подобные действия будут окончательно, они сейчас уже дошли до высшей степени деградации, но будут окончательно разрушать международные отношения и будут подрывать международную безопасность. И в конечном итоге, если мы видим, что эти страны втягиваются в войну против нас, а это и есть их прямое участие в войне против Российской Федерации, то мы оставляем за собой право действовать аналогичным образом. Ну, в общем, это путь к очень серьезным проблемам.
As we can see, this doesn't stop Putin. On the contrary, he wants even more conflict. Losing is not an option for him. Today, we see that even after the failure in the Kharkiv region, they are not stopping. Attacks have begun on the village of Liptsi. In the past day, there have already been 5 assaults in this direction, and the fighting continues. It's evident that the Russians have once again pulled up fresh resolves and are trying to achieve their objectives. In Vovchansk, Russian offensive actions have also resumed. They are trying to regain lost positions in the city, shelling the territory that the Ukrainian Armed Forces have already managed to liberate, but no changes have been recorded along the front line in the past day. Despite the Ukrainian Armed Forces' success in stopping the Russians, Pistorius said that preparations for a war with Russia by 2029 need to begin now.
Diesem Feld. Aber es wird auch darüber hinaus unabweisbare Bedarfe geben. Jeder Euro zählt, meine Damen und Herren. Uns muss klar sein, ein russischer Sieg käme uns alle teurer am Ende als unsere Unterstützung für die Ukraine heute. Und gleichzeitig, das versteht sich von selbst, dürfen wir unsere eigene Verteidigungs- und Einsatzbereitschaft nicht vernachlässigen. Putins Kriegswirtschaft arbeitet auf einen weiteren Konflikt zu. Wir müssen bis 2029 kriegstüchtig sein. Wir müssen Abschreckung leisten, um zu verhindern, dass es zum Äußersten kommt.
However, Putin emotionally stated that he has no intention of attacking NATO countries, claiming he is defending Russia's interest, though he is doing so on Ukrainian territory.
Не надо формировать образ врага из России. Вы сами себе только вредите этим, понимаете? Вот напридумывали, что Россия хочет напасть на НАТО. Вы сбрендили совсем, что ли? Тупые вообще, как этот стол. Кто это придумал? Это чушь, понимаете? Бред собачий. Но это было бы бредом, да? Если бы не было задумкой для того, чтобы одурачивать свое собственное население. Говорит, караул, скоро Россия на нас нападет, и мы должны срочно вооружаться, срочно, значит, направлять вооружение, значит, на Украину. А на самом деле для чего это делать? Чтобы удержать свое собственное имперское положение и величие. Вот для чего это делается. Вот для чего эти угрозы и пугалки для бюргеров в Германии, во Франции и в других частях Европы. Вот для чего. Такой угрозы не существует и быть не может. Мы сами себя защищаем на Украине.
Friends, What do you think about this? Please write your thoughts in the comments. Okay, meanwhile, in the Kupiansk direction, activity is not decreasing either. Intense battles continue in the area of Sinkivka and Stepova Novosilka. Here, the Ukrainian armed forces are actively eliminating Russian forces north of Sinkivka. There are many video confirmations of the destruction of occupiers at positions, checkpoints, and other locations by FPV drones. In the Svatove direction, the occupiers are also maintaining their activity. Today, battles are recorded for Stelmachivka, and to the south, they are attempting to break through to Druzhelyubivka and Cherneshina. If they manage to secure positions here, the situation in the settlement of Novoyegorivka will become extremely dire. It will essentially become a cauldron. So we're waiting to see how events unfold. For now, the Ukrainian armed forces are doing everything possible to eliminate the Russian groups that have broken through. In the Crimea direction, battles are ongoing near Nevsky, with several groups simultaneously assaulting the Ukrainian armed forces positions in the forest near Crimea. Additionally, the occupiers have shelled the village of Lipove, which is approximately here, Lipova. But the Ukrainian armed forces continue to hold the defense and the fighting continues. In the Siversk direction, the occupiers are once again attempting to break through near Verkhnyo-Kamenske, assaulting Vyemka and Rozdolivka. Despite continued shelling of the frontline territory, the situation remains under the control of the Ukrainian armed forces. All attacks are being repelled and the frontline remains unchanged. In the Chasiv Yar direction, the occupiers continue their attempts to capture Kalinivka, aiming to get as close as possible to Chasiv Yar from the north. The battles for the outskirts of Ivanivska, Klesheyivka, and Andriivka persist. Additionally, today the Russians effectively opened a new attack direction. The General Staff reported ongoing battles in the direction of Dilivka, indicating their advancement beyond Kurdumivka. Attacks have been recorded in the area of the villages of Druzhba and Pivnichne. It appears they attempted to encircle all these settlements and have now decided to initiate direct assaults. We're still waiting the outcome of these attacks, but it seems the Russians are changing their plans and attempting breakthroughs wherever possible. Furthermore, there are reports of explosions at the oil depot in Gorlivka. In the Pokrovsk direction, the occupiers have concentrated all their forces on breaking through in the area of Novoalexandrivka. Also, the village of Yevgenivka, Sokil, Novopokrovske, and Novoselivka Persha. The number of shelling incidents remains high, targeting both the front line and rear positions. However, the Ukrainian forces are doing everything possible to hold their positions and not retreat. This situation remains extremely difficult, with intensified shelling targeted Karlivka in preparation for an assault there. In the Kurakhve direction, battles are ongoing in the area of Georgievka, but all attempts in the areas of Krasnohorivka, the village of Kostantinivka, and Paraskovievka have yielded no success for them. The front line has remained unchanged over the past day. In the Vuhledar direction, battles are taking place for Vodiane, and finally near Staromayorske, attacks have ceased and the Russians have failed to advance further. The front line remains unchanged over the past day. in the Zaporizhia direction. So the occupiers are also attempting breakthroughs in new areas. They are storming the villages of Sherbaki and also Malatokmachka. Currently, the activity is not the highest, with several attacks per day. However, it's evident that the Russians are looking for weak spots in the defense to advance further. And in the Kherson direction, battles are ongoing for the village of Krynki, and shelling on the right bank continues unabated. Additionally, the occupiers shelled the village of Dniprovsk and also Odessa. However, these actions haven't brought them success along the front line, and the situation remains unchanged there. To achieve more successes, the Russians are constantly increasing the number of troops in the occupied territories. It's reported that since the beginning of 2024, essentially within half a year, the Russians have managed to add another 100,000 personnel. And yet, Putin still tells everyone that they didn't start this war.
Все считают, что Россия начала войну на Украине. Но никто, я хочу это подчеркнуть, никто на Западе, в Европе не хочет вспоминать, с чего началась эта трагедия. Она началась с государственного переворота на Украине, антиконституционного государственного переворота. Вот начало войны.
It seems that's why they brought Yanukovych to Belarus to make him president again in case of a successful capture of Kiev. But as it turns out, all their plans failed and the war has dragged on seriously. And that's all from me. So please, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and of course hit the notification bell to stay updated on all the latest news. Thank you for watching and see you next time. Bye bye.